desert.
Hello, welcome to Simply MJAD. I am MJAD, and we're here at the Little Haiti Cultural Center to have a conversation on film with Miss Sandy Dorsainvil, the managing director. And as you all know, our viewers, that we go around having conversation with folks that we mentioned in our book, A Conversation of Transformation. And this should be very informative for everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi, Sandy.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for having us here in this lovely place. You know, first I'd like to ask you, what brought this ignite passion, you know, for here to do this?
The passion in me?
Yeah, what triggered that?
You know, I have to say, it sounds corny, but I was born with it.
Corny is good.
Corny is good. My parents are Haitian. I'm first generation Haitian American. And I wasn't born in Miami. I was born and raised in New York. And I moved here for high school. And I just always worked and volunteered and participated in activities in the Haitian community. And after college, it just felt like a natural thing to do, to come back and work in the community, one of the communities that I grew up in.
Okay. And what's this, we're here nowadays, it's based in Little Haiti, Miami, Florida. What does Little Haiti means to you?
Little Haiti
the
is
essence of Little
I think Little Haiti is...
Since you were born and raised in New York.
Little Haiti is pretty much the essence of me being Haitian American. It's like the best of both sides of my life, really. A lot of people, you know, they say, well, you know, you're not Haitian, you're American. You were born here, you don't even have an accent, or my worst thing I get to hear is you don't even look Haitian, which that's a whole other conversation.
I don't do that.
It just shows that the Haitian community has contributed to American society, have contributed to the city of Miami. So Little Haiti is almost like our piece of the pie. So when I have friends who visit from Washington, D.C., or they visit from other places, I can bring them to Little Haiti and say, you know, this is where my folks are from in the U.S. This is how Haitians express themselves in America as Haitian Americans.
So you would say that it assists you to stay connected to your roots and culture.
Of course,
and so
yes.
forth. And I know this, what you do here is not just simply about Haitian.
No, not at all.
Tell us a little bit more about that. You know, different people, different cultures that interact here in this space.
The whole idea of the cultural complex was really, one, of course, a place to have that Haitian footprint here in Miami. But the other idea was to put that footprint, that Haitian footprint, in a context of the world and of a community. And so here at the complex, we have capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial arts. We have African drumming. We have traditional folk dancing, that's Haitian and Caribbean. We have the Peter London Dance Theater, which is a Trinidadian global contemporary dance theater. We have, it's like a UN almost. We feel like it. We have a little bit of all the different cultures that exist in this area, and this is their meeting place. And
like
it's
a global, you know.
Exactly. We always say this is our own little UN, United Nations type of meeting area, and people get to put, you know, bring whatever makes their community special here, and then let everyone experience it. We have a great show called Big Night in Little Haiti. Yes, it's third Friday of every single month, and we bring in concert bands, yes, from Haiti. But as time has evolved and we realized that our audience is so diverse, we've also diversified the show. So last month we had a Haitian compa band, we had a Colombian band, and we had an African American dance group. And every single month we're sort of like diversifying what the audience can see when they get here, because the community is so different. And we realize no matter what we bring, people are happy because they're just happy to participate in something together and participate in something different. And, you know, they get to see the different costumes and hear the different types of music, and then see how, though they're different, they're so the same. You know?
And another thing that, you know, I like to touch base, because I see the diversity and the changes. I wouldn't say anything drastic, but me, myself here, I attend school here in Miami. I went to school here. I used to walk. I used to ask for permission to walk here, get off the bus and walk here. I saw a lot of changes, and I don't know how long you've been here. What is the changes like with the different culture? How Little Haiti is changing? Because basically, when I was walking into the street, there was different stuff. I would see the parents walking their children, some older guys playing dominoes, just different little things that the setting that you would normally see in Haiti and you saw here. It was like a little Haiti away from home, Haiti away from Haiti.
For
So
sure.
can you tell me just a little the changes? And
You'll still see that. You'll still see roosters walking around. You'll still see the old men playing dominoes and children having Haitian ice cream walking around the neighborhood. Loud compa music coming from cars. You'll see a lot of that. But gentrification, you'll also see an Argentinian restaurant. You'll see a Colombian restaurant. We have a couple of Jamaican restaurants. We have a Bahamian restaurant. You'll also see many Anglo families. You'll see a lot of homosexual families have moved into the area. You'll see
and how I would say the residents, how they embrace that. Not that obviously they have a problem, but how do
it's amazing. I think the change has been so positive for the neighborhood in terms of upping the economic standpoint of the neighborhood. So these new families are bringing in new income brackets, so they're requiring the city to do new things to the neighborhood in terms of beautification and improvement. So the people who have been longtime residents, they're embracing it, because who doesn't want their property value to go up? Who doesn't want for their streets to be more clean? Some of the things, are a little bit of a culture shock, and some of it is a little bit not the standard in a Haitian community, but it's amazing to me how, because the good outweighs the quote unquote maybe bad, people are okay with it.
And the churches here?
Notre Dame de Haiti, which is
I used to volunteer down there.
Our resident Catholic church has gotten a big facelift. They raised over $1 million and they built a new cathedral church. So that's also beautifying the neighborhood.
Transformation.
It's amazing. The transformation is amazing, and it's to show you that what was thought of as such a poor community has come such a long way so quickly and was able to raise so much money in such a short period of time.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And another thing is that what they consider poor, the wealth was always there. It's just that nobody was paying attention to
There you go.
And it's good. We'll come back. We're gonna take a break, and then we'll come back. We talk about and before I go, we're gonna talk about transformation with the different restaurants. I found out that Miss World Haiti, she opened a Mexican restaurant in Haiti, so everybody is welcome, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back to continue our conversation with Ms. Dorsainvil. Okay, we're back here at the beautiful Cultural Center in Little Haiti with Ms. Sandy Dorsainvil. Going to continue our conversation. Okay. And another one, let's talk about your vision for this place in the next 10 years. Where do you see this place?
Actually, 2016 will be the 10th anniversary of this cultural center, and I have big dreams. Big vision. I would love to be able to see this cultural center become self-sustaining. Right now, we are a city, and we will always be a City of Miami facility. The city takes great care of us. They pay our bills. They keep the water and the lights on, and exactly.
Good thing.
That's a great thing. And we fundraise and apply for grants and find partners so we can do programming here. But lots of times, some of the ideas and some of the things that I'd like to see happen in the community, we just don't have the funding for, and our staff is limited, and there are some challenges. So 2016, my main emphasis will be to fundraise for the center so that 90% of our programs, if not 100% of our programs, can be self-sufficient, that we wouldn't have to ask the city to fund these type of programs. So our seniors program, our after-school program, our summer camps, all of our arts programs, our portfolio development programs, all of the activities that we're offering to the community, I'd like to be able to say that the cultural complex has the funding to keep those programs going, and at a certain level as well. Because that's the other issue. Yeah, everyone can say they're offering programs and classes to the community, but are they quality programs? Are these programs that the kids are going to be able to leave and say, when I was at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex, I developed a portfolio that was magnificent and that allowed me to apply to New World School of the Arts, and I got accepted. That allowed me to apply to the American Institute of Art, those type of things.
So
Exactly, because you know, you can set up a situation, a community center, and the kids can run around and play, and you'll keep them safe, and they won't get into trouble. But if you want,
that's not a bad thing.
yeah, that's not a bad
Make it
thing.
wrong, yeah.
But if you want to have a true cultural complex, a true art institution that is going to develop future artists and curate future art professionals, you have to be able to give them a certain level of education. You have to give them, expose them to a certain level of art and to professional equipment and high-end technology and high-end artists and fine artists. So that's what I'd like to see happen in the future years. So 2016 and 17, we're going to totally spend all our energy on fundraising and building what's called an endowment for the cultural arts complex.
So, and the children I know that do attend here, do they receive, what type of assistance they use, like their homework? Is there assistant for that?
For those who attend our after-school program, it is the Discover Art after-school program, and Easter Seals and Children's Trust funds that program. So we do give homework assistance, technology assistance. They do receive a warm lunch and snacks, but more importantly, taking a step further, they get classes on different types of art. They get help with developing a portfolio for those of them who are going on to art institutions for middle school and high school, and some of our older children into college. So you do get that next level of instruction here in this art complex.
Okay. And with the organization works through the arts, how important do you think arts are for children?
You know what? Not everyone's an artist. Not everyone. You know, my son, 13, he's into sports and basketball. He spends 10 minutes here and it's driving me crazy. He's bored. But my daughter, she loves the arts. She loves the performing arts. She's 5, and I can see in her 1 year that she's been able to come here because she's old enough now. It's totally brought out another side of her personality. It's helped her develop into someone who's not afraid to express themselves. So I think the arts, not just if you're interested in the arts and artist development isn't important, but I think even for a child who doesn't love the arts, it just helps them to be creative in anything and in everything they do, and teach them that idea that you were born with something inside of you, and that it's up to you to develop it and to make it bigger and better than you are, and then to be able to be comfortable enough to share that with somebody and to be able to express your thoughts and your feelings to someone. I think that's why art's important for everyone, not just for those who are artistic per se, but just for anyone who's alive and who's breathing. You got to be able to express yourself.
You know, that child may not even know exactly what's inside because it's exposed to that. And you know, besides, we know you love the arts, you know, the culture, etc. Is there anything else that you're interested in? Anything else that you do, you're passionate about?
I've always been passionate about the arts, interior design, just expression.
Nice jacket, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I just love expression in any way, shape, or form. Self-expression and being able to communicate what you love, what you do with passion and with clarity. I think that's an art form, and that's what I love. And organizing people. That's what I've always enjoyed doing since a young child. I'm not athletic. I can't dribble a ball. I'm not a math person per se, but I've always been an instructor. I've always been a teacher in some way, shape, or form, and I've always loved culture and the combination of those things, the combination of culture, art, and performance. That's what I enjoy doing. That's who I am.
So at this point in time in our little conversation, you were mentioned, I think it was a video that I saw someone posted, and I took a look at it. And during the midst, I was writing a book. And then I said, this should be mentioned, because that's what I go around giving people presents. We don't have conversation. I don't have a talk show. I have conversational films with folks, and that's what I do. And this is the part here that I go ahead, we bring a little humble gift.
Oh, thank you.
Take a look at it. And you can read what it says. And I kind of stole that photograph from your...
That's one of my favorite pictures.
Thank you. When I saw that, I said, that's it. I want that.
When you're having an it moment,
yeah.
I said, okay,
that's it, girl. That's
Thank
it.
you.
The hair, the boots. You can read it. It's for
Thank you.
You can read it on camera.
It says, Miss Dorsainvil, a beautiful, cultured, informative, delightful, ordinary, extraordinary being. Her contribution is in the form of Little Haiti Cultural Complex. Her role is to serve as the managing director. A Howard University and Lynn University alumni, I know you guys love degrees and they are good, yet we all are a source of contribution in our roles. We don't all have to do the same things, and once we get that, we can flow beautifully. The center provides cultural events targeting Caribbean communities, not simply Haiti and Haitians. Yes, our hearts are big. A conversation of transformation by MJ Altador Domond, 2007. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
That is really cool. Thank you so much. That is
for
really
your working
cool. Thank
contribution.
you.
It's a little humble gift. It's something you can have and look at.
And I'll put
what
it up.
you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
We'd
that.
like to thank you for taking the time because I know you're busy. You have to. Sorry, we're mad late traffic. We can't have
It
that.
is what
Life
it is.
happens.
Yes.
But I said, we're gonna stick it out and have this lovely conversation and with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for having me. And I love what you're doing.
Oh,
because
thank
you wouldn't imagine a conversation can change someone's life.
Yes, it can.
And it could be a 5-second conversation.
I don't believe in going and just question people, drill people. I like to conversation is life. We have conversation everywhere.
It's communication.
Whether we went to the loo or we having dinner, so I'm going to read this. Basically, I don't want to miss a word, but I don't like cards. I'm going to read it. It's a quote by Pablo Picasso. I'm sure you're very well. He says, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he or she grows up.
Very
and
true.
I think that's one of the stuff
Can I keep that?
What? Can I think I have another one?
Thank you. That I'm going to put this up too.
Because what happened is that it does happen, And we talk about children when they go to college to get excited, and then that year, and then they
lose the
drift off.
passion.
Yeah, so. But it's good that people like you instill that, whether they like it or like your son, he may not be interested, but it may take him years. I remember my son, I gave him a little piano, he used to slam it and jump on it. But then again, as he got older, without anything from me, I got a call from Florida Atlantic University where he was at piano camp. The camera crew said, we need to come here to sign a release form because your son is playing bagpipe, Beethoven. I said, excuse me. And that's all he was doing is making noise. So therefore, whether or not he may not show an interest, but there's something there.
Give it time.
Yeah, give it time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We'd like to thank you for joining us at Simply MJAD, where conversation is life. And each child matter, and children are keys to the world. And Ms. Dorsainvil here and her work in the team is really contribute to that saying. Until next time, we'll see you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Cheers.